Good morning, students. In the last lecture of the object oriented programming, we learned the concept of string and different string functions. Now, in this lecture, we start our next point in the first unit as structures in C++. Structures in C++. You know the structures in C language, okay? The C language also provides the concept of structure. Let us introduce the structures. C or C++ array allows you to define variables that combine several data items of the same kind. Means in the C or the C++ language, there is a concept of array. The array allows you to define variables that combine several data items of the same type. Means array is the grouping of elements, grouping of data elements, but that data elements having the same data type or the values of the same type. Means in short, the array consists of number of elements of the same data type. But structures is another user defined data type which allows you to create combined data items of different kinds. But the concept of structure, it is an also user defined data type, and it provides the facility to combine the different data types elements together. It provides the facility to combine different data types element together. Means, for example, structures are used to represent a record. Suppose you want to keep track of your books in library. Then you might want to track the following attributes about each book, like title, author, subject, book ID. But you know that these four attributes like title, author, subject and book ID are of different types, are of supported by different data types. For example, title is a string data type, author is an also string data type, subject is an string data type, but book ID is an type of integer. And we want to collect or we want to combine these four types attributes together. Then instead of using array, we use the structure, because the array only combines the data elements or combines the values of same data type, but structures provides the facility to combine or the group of data elements of same type on different data types also. This is an structure. In short, an array in C++ can store fixed size sequential collection of elements of the same data type. But a C++ structure is a collection of variables of different data types under a single name. This is called as structure. Next, structures. Let us understand what is an exactly structure is. Unlike C structures, a C++ structure is a collection of variables of different data types under a single name. Means C++ structure is a collection of different variables of different data types, and that can hold into a single variable. Structures are used whenever a computer programmer requires binding the same or different types of related data items together into a single entry. The structures were mainly used in the condition where we want to combine, or the programmers want to combine, the data items of the same or different types. A structure declaration is a user-defined data type. The structure is an user-defined data type. A structure in C++ is defined as a collection of data items of either same or different data type referred to by a common name. Once again, structure definition is given here. Means a structure is an collection of data types, data items, that items either having a same type or different type, but that can be held by a single variable, that is nothing but the structure. The various data items of the structure are known as members of a structure. The elements of the structure or the items of the data items of the structure we called as a members. That data members or the elements are called as a members in the structure. Note that array in C++ is used to store the objects of the same data type, while structure can be used to store data of same type or different type. Means array holds the data objects of the similar types or same types, but the structure can hold the data of same or different type. This is a structure. Next point is the how to define a structures in C++. For defining a structure in a program, we want to write a structure definition. And how to write a structure definition, that is shown here. A structure definition in C++ is specified by using the keyword struct. A structure definition in C++ is specified by using the keyword struct. By using the keyword struct, we define a structure in a program, and followed by the braces enclosing the members and their data types. And after defining the structure name, we want to specify the data members within that structures, and the data members are in curly braces. Data members are defined in the curly braces of the structure, and the data members always specified with their respective data types. Here is a syntax for defining a structure. First, we want to write the struct keyword for defining a structure. Then, next one is the structure name. Here, we want to give a particular name for the structure. After that, we want to write the different data members within that structure, and data members always written within the curly braces of the structure. For defining the data members within a structure, we want the data type, then after the data type, the member name will be added. Then number of n data members are added in structure as per the requirement. This is a definition of structure. For declaring any structure in C++, first we want to write a struct keyword. After that we want to give the particular name for that structure. Then the data members in the structure are defined inside the curly braces, and data members are specified along with the data type. This is an structure definition. For example, here employee structure is created. First if I want to write the employee structure, then first I write the struct keyword. I want to create a employee structure. So for that I have written the struct keyword. After that struct keyword, the name of the structure is given. Here I given the name of the structure, that is employee. The structure employee is created or is defined with 3 data members as integer ID, character name and float salary. Means a structure employee is defined with 3 members, namely ID, name and salary. This is an structure because every attribute is of different type, and different type attributes are combined or grouped by using the structure. So for this example I use the structure concept. But while defining a structure in C++, some important points should always be kept in mind. Like the members of a structure cannot be initialized within the structure definition. And the 2 members within a structure cannot have the same name. This is the procedure for defining a structure in C++. Next point is declaring structure variables in C++. In this slide we will learn how to declare a structure variables in C++. We know that a structure in C++ is a collection of variables which can be of same or different data types. And a structure in C++ can be used in a program only if memory is allocated to it. There is a syntax for declaring a structure variable. For example, we want to specify the structure name and then we want to give the structure variable name. For example, here at the end of the structure definition, before the final semicolon, you can specify one or more structure variables. Here E1 and E2 are the structure variables, but it is optional. Here is the way you would declare the employee structure. In short, for declaring a structure variables, we know that the structure ended with the semicolon, but at the end, before final semicolon is occurred, before that we want to specify or we want to declare a different structure variables, but the structure variables declaration is an optional part. Okay. In this example, employee structure is created with the 3 data members, employee ID, name and salary. After the member definition is completed and before the final semicolon, we know that the structure ended with always semicolon. After the curly brace completed and before the final semicolon, in that middle we want to specify the structure variables. Here E1 and E2 are the objects or the variables of the structure employee. This is an concept of how to declare a structure variables in C++. Next point is the initializing a structure in C++. If we want to assign a values to the structure, then structure initialization is done. After declaring a structure variable, the next step in C++ is to initialize structure variable. Means after declaring a structure variable, after the structure declaration is completed, the next step is the initialization of the structure or initialize the structure variable. A structure variable may be initialized when it is defined and declared. The structure variable only initialized if it is already defined or declared. After the declaration of the structure, we can assign the values to the structure variable. There is a syntax for initializing a structure variable. First, we want to specify the structure name, then we want to specify the structure variable, then by using the equal to operator, we assign the different values to the structure variable. Once again, first we want to give the structure name, then the structure variable, then by using the equal to operator, we assign the different values to the structure variable. In short, for initializing any structure in C++, first we want to you want to declare a structure or you want to define a structure in a program. After declaration of the structure, only you can initialize the values to the structure. And for initializing a different values or initializing a structure variable, you want to follow this syntax. First, you want to specify the structure name. After that, you want to specify the structure variable name, and by using the equal to operator, you assign the different values to the structure. For example, here product record structure is created which having a structure members as name, product code, product quantity and product rate. The members of a structure variable product are one of a structure type product record can be declared and initialized with the help of following statement. We can initialize a structure variable by using the above shown syntax, that is, first we want to specify the structure name, then we want to specify the structure variable, and then we want to give the equal to operator. The equal to operator or equal to sign is used for the assigning the values. Then after that equal to operator, we want to specify the different values for the initialization. In this example, here product record is an structure name, then record R1, this is an structure variable, and for that structure variable or for that structure object, we assign the different values such as Maggie, and each value is separated by comma. First value is Maggie, second M01, third 10, and fourth one is the 30.20, because the structures having 4 data members and the 4 data members are assigned here. In the structure, the values are assigned in the order in which they are listed. In the structures, the values are assigned in the order in which it listed. That is, a value 1. The value 1 is assigned to the first member. The value 2 is assigned to the second member. Value 3 is assigned to the third member. Value 4 is assigned to the fourth members. Respectively, in this way, the structure variables assigns the value to the structure members. In this example, Maggie value, this is an first value. First value is assigned to the first member, that is name. Name of the product is Maggie. Then next, second member is the product code. Product code having a value M01 because second value is assigned to the second member. Next, 10 value is assigned to the third member, that is product quantity. There is an 10 quantity of the product Maggie, and the last one is the product rate, the rate of the product, which is last value in the initialization 30.20 is assigned to the this last member, that is product rate. This is an initializing a structure. The next one is the accessing a structure members in C++. How we can access a members within a structure, that is discussed here. To access any member of a structure, we use the member access operator dot. To access any members of a structure, we use the member access operator, that is dot operator. The member access operator is coded as period between the structure variable name and the structure member that we wish to access. For example, there is an syntax for accessing the structure member. First, we want to specify the structure variable name. Then member access operator dot operator is given here, and after dot operator we want to specify the member name. That is how we can access the members of a structure by using the member access operator dot. In short, for accessing a structure members in C++, we use the dot operator. And how to use the dot operator? First, we want to specify the structure variable name. After that, we want to provide the dot operator. Dot operator is an member access operator in structure. Then after that operator, we want to specify the member name. Let us take one example. See this example. This program demonstrates a structure and the initialization of its structures variables. See this example. In this program, a structure stud is defined with members, roll number, marks and result. Then the structure variable stud s1 is declared and initialized at the same time. And the members of the stud1 are accessed with help of dot operator and their values are displayed. See this program. a structure is defined, stored with the data members, roll number, marks and result. Then in the main function, see the main function, then in the main function structure variable stud1, structure variable stud1 is declared and initialized at the same time. Here structure variable stud1 is created and the values are assigned to the stud1 at the same time. Then the members of the stud1 are accessed with the help of dot operator. Here stud1 dot roll number, stud1 dot marks, stud1 dot results, means here by using the dot operator the members of the stud1 are accessed, and after accessing that values are displayed. When the above code is compiled and executed, it provides the following output. It provides the message as values of stud1 are. Then the structure member values are displayed. Roll number 24, marks 81, result pass. Because we assign the values to the structure variable 24, 81 and pass. 21 value is for the first attribute or first member of the structure, that is roll number. 81 is for the second member of the structure, that is marks, and pass is the variable or the value for the third member in the structure, that is result. So it displays roll number is equals to 24, marks is equals to 81 and result is equal to pass. This is an example of how to define a structure and how to assign a values to the structure variable. See this program. Okay, next point is the array of structures. We use the array concept in structure. As we know that the structure and the array both are the C++ derived types. Array and structure both are the C++ derived types. While arrays are collection of analogous elements and structures assemble dissimilar elements under one roof. As we know that the array is an collection of data elements of similar type and the structures collect the dissimilar type, different types of data elements together. Thus, both the array and the structure allows several values to be treated together as a single data object. By using the array, we group the similar type of data elements into a single variable, and in a structure, we group the dissimilar type of data elements together into a single variable. Okay. The array and structures can be combined together to form a complex data objects. There may be structures contained within an array. Also, there may be an array as an element of a structure. there may occur two conditions. First one is there may structure contained within an array, and another one is there may be an array as an element of an structure. Let us discuss various combinations of arrays and structures. Since an array can contain similar elements, the combination having structures within an array as an or is called as array of structures. Okay, once again I repeat it. An array can contain similar elements. Then the combination having structures within an array is an array of structures. So, to declare an array of structure, you must first define a structure and then declare an array variable of that type. Suppose, for example, you want to store the address of 100 members of the employee. Then you need to create an array. Means, in short, an array of structures in C++ refers to an array in which each element of structure type. And to declare an array of structure in C++, first a structure is defined and then an array of structure is declared. First you want to define a structure and then for that structure the array is declared. That is an array of structure. There is a syntax for declaring the array of structures. First you want to give the structure name, then you want to specify the structure variable along with size. Means here array is created. I repeat the syntax again. First you want to provide the structure name, then after that structure name, structure variable is defined along with the size. For example, here is an structure, structure is created, product record, and the data members of the structures are name, product code, product quantity, product rate. Here structure product record is created, and after completing the definition of structure, the array of structure is created. After the completing the definition means after the semicolon, our structure definition, when our structure definition is completed, when we give the semicolon, then the structure definition is created. Then after the structure definition means after the semicolon, we want to specify the array of structure. For defining the array of structure, we want to follow the syntax. In that syntax, first we want to provide the structure name. The structure name is what? Product record. And then after the product record, we want to give the member name, that is product, and the size. Product size is what? 2. Means in the above example, an array item of the structure product record is declared. That is, the array elements product 0 and product 1 are structure variables of structure type product record. This is an array of structure. Here in this example, product record stores the records of 2 products because here array size is specified 2. Suppose here I specify the number 5. Then this product record stores the records of 5 different products. That is array of structures. Let us see one example. In this example, the structure employee is created along with the data members ID, name and age and salary. There are 4 data members of the structure employee, that is ID, name, age and salary. Then after that, in the main function, the statement 1 is created an array of employee EMP to store the records of 3 employees. Here array of structure is created for storing the record of 3 employees. And we are getting and displaying the data of 3 employees using array of object. Means by using the for loop, we recall the elements one by one in the array. And by using the dot operator, in the last slide we will discuss, by using the dot operator we access the members of the structure. This is the example of array of structure. Here in this example, we are getting and displaying the data of 3 employees using array of object, and here an array of employee EMP is created to store the records of 3 employees. See this example. But there is some differences in C structure and C++ structure. Like C language structure does not contain any function, but in C++ language structure can contain function or different more function. Means in C language structure, the structure does not support the any function, only there are data members, but in C++ the structure supports the functions in a structure. The C language structures cannot have constructor and destructor concept. The C language does not support the constructor destructor concepts in a structure, but in C++ the structures can have both constructor and destructor. This is all about the structures. Here your first unit of the object oriented programming using C++, that is principles of object oriented programming, is completed. Okay. In the next lecture there is an 20 marks test. That test is of MCQ type, multiple choice question. I gave you the link. In that link there are 20 questions. You must solve that 20 questions, and that marks are used for the assessment. So you start the study for the first unit, because in the next lecture there is a test. Okay, thank you.